Hi, welcome to Penny's Cross Creations. Thanks for joining me again. Today I'm working on my tassel for Tassel Tuesday. Is an open collaboration hosted by Creating with Jovi here on YouTube, and on her channel for her Tassel Tuesday she links the collaborators. They're a great bunch of creators and everybody does something different. Today I am working with this. It is a faux, like, leathery type of ribbon that I picked up at Hobby Lobby, and I'm going to use quite a bit of it. It is about, let's see, a little over 20 inches long. And I use this mat from the Dollar Tree whenever I'm going to slice cut on with leather, or not leather, pleather, and I'm going to do that with this, only I'm going to use my scissors today. And I'm just going to fold it in a bunch of different folds here, usually this amount. Quadruple fold works best, and I'm just going to go through, and all I want is slices. And I'm okay with them being uneven because I like organic crafting, so the way it comes out is the way that it makes me happiest. So it doesn't have to be perfect. I think imperfections are perfectly fine in creating. So I can cut this a little bit thinner if I choose to. In doing that, I'm going to leave it the long way so I can see it better, and just cut up through. And I picked this up at Hobby Lobby on one of their clearance sales. So that's much thinner than the original. I'm going to cut this one as well. And I'm using gold wire with mine today, as well as using the little jar I did in a previous wire wrap haul, not haul, tutorial here on my channel. Okay, so we've got thin pieces, and this one came out pretty thin already. I'm doing just a simple wrap today, and I have a large ring that I picked up in a jewelry haul from Goodwill a long time ago. It is here on my channel. And I'm also using the Anna wire that I picked up, and it is 28 gauge. And I keep the cap on to control my wire, because otherwise your wire will end up looking like this. And then you're trying to find the end, which can be quite a pain. So I've got my end there. And I'm going to leave it on here for now. But I just want to know where my end is when I'm ready. So now I'm going to take and I'm going to put all my collar side up, so that I can see where it is. And then I'm just going to even out the edges. And run them through the ring here, like so. Get them to where I want them to be. And I want them kind of spread out a little on here, like so. Now you can have it like this, or turn it like this, and I'm going to go with this way here. Then I'm going to grab my wire, and I want a lot of it to start with, but I'm leaving it on the spool, and I'm just going to start forming that seal right here. Push that end down, So all I'm doing is creating that wire wrap right there. And the reason I'm leaving it on this is going to be easier to control. So as you're going around it, it's going to unwrap for you. And you want to make sure on this side that that piece is tucked in. So when you're rolling it down, it's going to be on there. And you just want to make sure that you're creating that little belt look as you're turning it. You see that it's starting to look like a belt's on there. So to do that, you just line up your piece with the bottom. And you just keep wrapping until you get it to where you want it to be. I'm going to take excess off of here and cut that off. Sometimes my cutters don't want to cut the thinner wires. Let's try this one. There we go. I'm going to put my cap back on this, covering that back up. Okay, so have that, and I have all this excess, and my hope is that I can go underneath here and come out on the other side. This may require a needle. I'm going to try it without it first, just to see. And then I'm just going to thread it in and continue to do that right around until my piece disappears. And just broke the tip off. Sometimes that happens when you're using small wire and trying to cut and it doesn't want to cut off. You can create a pinch here, like so, to help you guide underneath there. When you're pulling this, you're going to do just like you're doing in wire wrapping. You want to make sure that it's going to line up right next to that other piece there. Again, just lining it up against, and you can see the little rings starting to form. So I'm going to go ahead and continue this, and I will come back when I've got it finished. Okay, I'm back and I have that part finished. You can see the little like bow style going on there. And to finish it off, I'm going to take this piece of wire and go around to the other side. So I've wrapped it around the back here. And I'm just going to come in on this side here and bring that under. And bring it as close to that piece as I've got there. And I'm going to do the same thing I did on the other side. I'm going to wrap it a few times. And then on one of them, I'm going to tuck this piece back in there. And I'm going to grab my needle nose here and pull really tight. And that's going to lock that in there. I'm going to come underneath here. And I'm just going to use my scissors for this one. And I'm just going to give it a little bump. Save that for my wire box. And then tuck that piece under, because you don't want anybody to get hurt with that. So tuck it in. Okay, so there we have the wire and the tassel. You can see that it has that little bow look to it in the back. And I'm using the jar that I did in my wire wrap video, and it has the same gold color to it. I filled it with a couple of beads. And I'm just going to attach this right onto the tassel part. And I want the lanyard to be the part that I'm keeping. So I'm not keeping showing. So I'm going to open this a little bit, and I'm using a smaller oval ring that I also picked up in the same haul. And I'm just going to attach that and then close that back up. And when I'm closing it back up, I'm making sure that it gets right back to that closing. Now I could take this part and put it down here, but I didn't want to do that and tuck it through. But I realized I have it on the wrong side. So I'm just going to remove my lanyard hook and move that over, and then put my lanyard hook back on. Okay, so there is my tassel. This faux leather, and I have that little jar on there. So that's my tassel for this Tassel Tuesday. And I will take a picture of it and include it in the end of this video. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.